Hey guys, welcome to a new video. This is going to be very interesting. I've seen this clip going around a lot lately. It's one of these pickup artist guys that thinks they know a lot about how women function. We're gonna dive into it. I haven't seen this whole video, although I have seen other people reacting to it. I've mainly seen men reacting to it, which makes sense. It's kind of, there's a lot more big commentary channels that are men, which is honestly fine. I appreciate them talking about it either way. So I figured I would just give my perspective. It's something to look at, something interesting, and I think we're all gonna die inside, so get ready. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. There's a Discord server linked in the description and pinned comment if you want to come chat or hang out. Feel free to leave me a comment with your thoughts or feedback below. I really want to hear some opinions on this, okay? Thank you, and let's get into the video. Buckle up.
The reason we're talking about this whole getting sexual is because we notice a lot of the times when we take clients out, almost everyone gets lost in having a formal conversation or a fun conversation, and they forget that they need to seduce a woman. Your end goal is ultimately to seduce a woman. You can
see, okay, we're already starting off on a bad foot. I mean, it probably is possible. I'm not going to say it's never possible, but it's not very likely that you're going to seduce somebody in one conversation unless both people are looking for that thing. I guess this would depend on location, but even then, approaching with that mindset immediately is so off-putting.
talk to a woman for 5-10 hours, you can talk about any goddamn thing, nothing's going to change unless your intention is there. And that's one of the things that most people miss.
If you want to build an actual relationship, then you are going to need to talk for those 5-10 hours. That's how building bonds works. And I think that the misconception here is that this conversation is immediately going to create an attraction, and that's just not how communicating with people works most of the time. It's giving a false interpretation of the social interactions. Also, if I'm saying bullshit, just keep in mind that they're saying bullshit, okay?
This is the intention. So what I mean that is, if you're talking to a woman and you're like, oh, what's your name? And you're not looking at her, you're not giving her that intention that I want to fuck you, then it's just a normal conversation between two people. It's like when you
that went from 0 to 100 so fast.
go for a job interview, somebody asks you 500 questions, you don't get turned on, you don't go home and masturbate like, oh my god, somebody asked me 50 questions, so I need to,
I'm sorry to break it to you, dude, but even if you did have a good conversation with a girl, they're not about to go home and do any of that. I get what he's saying in some fucked up way, but these people don't understand women whatsoever, but they're going to pretend like they absolutely do. They so confidently state all of this as absolute fact, and it just makes no sense.
That's what it is. We're trying to differentiate from that. We don't want this to be just another platonic conversation where two people talk for 20 minutes but nobody feels turned on or nobody feels attraction for the other person.
Okay, see, this is where location comes in again. If someone approaches anyone with that mindset is already so off-putting. You do not approach someone with that mindset that is the only thing you want from that person. That person is a human being. They're not some object that you're getting something from.
And the only time that will change is if your intention is communicated to them. Now, some people are very expressive. They will relay that intention, or they will express that intention by saying something. You're very cute, I want to take you home, you're gorgeous. Some people will be very vocal about it.
Let me kind of explain what this language is. It's almost like catcalling, but saying it directly to someone's face is what he's saying you should do, basically. Don't fucking do that. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos of, like, there's this woman that would walk around with a camera just to show everyday interactions, and that's exactly what the people catcalling her would say. You're cute. Let me take you home.
How you doing? Doing good?
Hey, look at that. It's $5,000. You want to talk? We can't be friends or nothing. You don't speak. If I give you my number, you talk to me?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Nice evening, dog.
It's just so uncomfortable and feels so dangerous and creepy. Don't do that to people.
But you can do that every time, and there's also no need for doing that every time. The most important thing is that the intention has to be conveyed. So I could be talking to you about the most normal conversation about your name, where do you live, where you're coming from, any of that stuff.
The social significance of those introductory conversations is to build a connection with someone. It's also meant to be just that, an introduction. It's hard to take a conversation that's meant for a specific purpose and completely morph it into a different purpose without making that person feel like you have ulterior motives. Does that make sense? Like, if I am asking you, like, what's your name, where you from, how you doing, all that stuff, that's introductory. I'm not supposed to be trying to do anything to get into your mind to make you like me in any sort of way. That is not the point of that conversation.
But at that same time, I need to convey you that I like you and I want
Are the police sirens in the background coming for him? We hope so.
to take over. So two things that really in my mind, makes all the difference is one, you need to be dominating. Second, you need to be invading their space. But this is the problem. Most people will not.
Invading their space. How about we tase them? That's my new suggestion. Everyone carry a taser. If they start invading your space, tase them. Pepper spray. Jesus.
Not let you invade their space unless they're comfortable with you. So your goal is to continue to invade their space in a manner that's okay for them. So for instance, if I just come here and do this, you'll be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So if you do it in a manner where you're totally okay, it's like, Danny, can I tell you something? Look,
Ew. No. There's no way to comfortably invade someone's space. That's why it's called invading someone's space. You are getting into a space too close to them that they are not comfortable with. This advice, I'm trying to describe it as we go, but I don't even know words to say how bad this is. It's horrendous.
and it has to be in a manner where you are totally okay and receptive of me invading your space. So that's what we do to women. When we are talking to them, our goal is to continue to push the boundaries.
See, just the way they talk about women, it's like they're talking about trying to tame an animal, and that's just not how this works. We are human beings. We have emotions. If you're being fucking weird, we're going to show emotions. And it's the same way with men. They have emotions. You're not taming an animal. They can react however they're going to react, and you can't be mad at them for that either, because what the fuck are you doing?
To continue to invade their space and letting them being okay with that while we're doing that. It is only at that point that they're going to feel turned on. It is only at that point they're going to feel that, okay, I like this guy, I'm feeling turned on in this company, I'm okay for things to go to the next level.
It's just not reality. I'm sure that if you're in the right setting, like you're in a bar that's made for hooking up or stuff like that, maybe. But even then, if you're approaching with the wrong mindset, the wrong vibe, they are running from you. It's just so uncomfortable and so delusional. Out of this world, does not make any sense.
Otherwise, it's going to be platonic conversations. How do you do that? One, you do that by closing the distance, and second, by having a strong eye contact. A very simple exercise for this could be, and you can practice this, you can keep a pillow at home next to you, and anytime you want to say something to it, first say the intention out loud, and then say. So for instance, if I want to ask her name, I could ask her name, what's your name? Okay, it's not sexual at all. But now if I say, I want to fuck you, what's your name? All of a sudden, my tonality changes.
This poor dude that has to just stand here. What the fuck are we on about? Could you imagine someone talking to you like that? I wanna fuck you, what's your name? How would you respond? How do you respond to that?
All of a sudden, the way I make eye contact changes. So I'll do that again on the camera so they can
Please don't.
see my expressions. If I just say, what's your name, there is nothing that subcommunicates that I'm attracted to you. But if I say, I really want to fuck you, what's your name? All of a sudden, my facial expressions changes, my tonality changes.
I know you guys can't see my face, but it's painfully crinkled up right now in the deepest cringe you can possibly see.
And that subcommunicates the whole sexual energy, the sexual tone, and the brain starts to process there is something more going on than somebody just asking my name.
My brain would process that you're creepy as fuck and I want to get away from you as fast as possible.
And that's why when you're talking to them, instead of just having that conversation, oh, where are you from? Oh, that's cool. What do you do? Oh, that's cool. It should be almost be like, where are
At least this guy kind of looks weirded out. Maybe there's still hope for him.
you from? I want to have sex with you. Where are you from? I want to take you home. Tell me more about you. I want to fuck you right now. What flight did you take from Denver?
It's so funny that he's just saying this directly to the guy and the guy just stands there, blank expression, just taking it in.
To coming here. And that will, right now, even though I'm speaking very fast, it's not coming out right, but that intention is what's going to make them feel, okay, this is not just some guy interviewing me. He has an intention, he has an agenda, and that intention has to be conveyed to them.
That intention is going to scare people away so fucking fast. It's also interesting how these guys kind of talk themselves in circles. I feel like anyone could do this. You just say a bunch of random bullshit and keep repeating yourself and it works. I mean, it doesn't work, but it works as far as weirding people the fuck out and getting people to react to it like I am right now.
And that you do that by making strong eye contact, getting close to them. And this way, when I talk to them, whatever they say, I'm always like, so tell me more about this. Oh, really? I like that about you. Now I'm making that eye contact.
That's so gross how close he's getting. Like, this isn't even a real scenario, and I'm uncomfortable for the person standing there right now, which right now happens to be that guy. I'm hoping that this experience is actually reversed. Like, the guy is seeing what this other dude is trying to show him, and in that process, he's like, ew, this guy's getting way too close to me. Maybe I shouldn't do that to somebody.
I'm invading your personal space, and I'm dominating you because I've invaded your space, and I'm making eye contact and asking that question. That makes women feel little in your presence. And
okay, guy that's standing right there listening to this, how did him getting that close make you feel? Now think about how that would make someone else feel if you do that to them while approaching them. There is no reason to ever make someone feel small or intimidated as a communication tool. You shouldn't want to put people into that situation.
that and makes you all of a sudden dominating and stronger man. That's what turns them on. And this is what you guys were missing last night when you were talking, It's just boring platonic
Oh god. That means that there's footage previous to this. I wonder if it's on this channel. Now I'm curious. Maybe I'll have to go find that.
conversation. And you saw me when I talk, it's always like, oh, that's cool. Tell me more about this. And I'm always like in their space and always talking to them and then touching them. That together really gives you that sexual edge. So if you want to
No, it makes people feel cornered and intimidated, and it is not a good thing.
to turned on, if they want them to feel attraction for you, you have to first relay your intention to them that you want to fuck them.
Force relay. I wasn't expecting him to say the last part, but that just makes it worse. You shouldn't have to force a conversation or intention upon anybody. You should simply communicate like a human being.
That making sense? And do you see how you can become dominating with that, and you can make strong eye contact with that, and now you will never be caught in that zone of having platonic conversation, because now she gets your intention and she feels the undertone of sexual intention, so she can make a choice. If she really can't be with you, then she knows not to be with you and walking away from you. Again, a simple example would be when you were talking last night, the girl
A person can't infer that about someone else from just one conversation. You can't decide if you want to be with someone based on one conversation.
was in a relationship for 11 years, let you touch her in any and every manner. You had your hand on your ass and everything was okay. It was only towards the end when it went for so long and you couldn't make eye contact or anything that she's like, okay, nothing's gonna happen, and she'll walk up. And she never even told you that she was in a relationship. She told me, and that's because I told her that I'm about to get married, because I didn't want her to switch her attraction gears from you to me.
The fucking arrogance of this guy. She was not walking up to you to switch her attraction over to you. She was probably walking up to tell you that she was leaving because she was being paid and forced to stay there talking to you creepy people.
It's at that point she revealed that I'm in a relationship, and because she told me, she had to tell.
She probably said that she was in a relationship so that she could get the fuck out of there, because what the fuck are you guys doing? It's sad that it has to come to that point to get away from somebody.
That to you, and that should tell you that that's how women are. You know, once they like you, they will make a lot of exceptions for you. They will continue to move further, but you have to make sure that
That's how women are. Great generalization there. Thank God we aren't saying that all guys are like this, because if they were, holy shit. I'm sure there's women out there like this too, don't get me wrong. We've seen them before too.
sexual chemistry, that sexual tension continues to stay. If it's not there, it's going to disappear. So again, the best exercise is practice on your friend, practice on someone, saying the intention first and then followed by a dialogue.
Yes, guys, let's traumatize our friends too. Hopefully the friends set them straight. Do they even have friends?
All of a sudden you will notice your tonality, your expressions will change, and that's communication is what's going to differentiate you from other guys. That is when women will feel different in your company. They will feel different answering the same question to you versus another guy. They will be like, I had the same conversation with this person, but I feel different when I talk to him versus somebody else. And it's this.
Sorry guys, I'm kind of zoning out right now. I think what a person would actually take away from a conversation like this is, oh, this person's a creep, I'm gonna go hang out with someone else so that they'll stay the fuck away from me.
Intention, this subcommunication of intention, that makes all the difference. Okay?
And then the okay, as if any of what he just said made any sense whatsoever. That's the end of the video. I hope I didn't kill us all inside too much. I've seen this clip going around and really wanted to react to it, so there you go. They just seem so out of touch with how things actually work, I guess. I say they as in like the pickup artists, the people that are trying to learn from the pickup artists. They exist in their own little world where things are supposed to work in a very specific way, and it's just not how anything actually works. Don't follow this advice. If you feel the need to get advice such as this, don't. Look for someone else that can give better advice, I guess. Go to therapy. How about that? Go to therapy, see why you're not communicating with people well. It's normal to have social anxiety and feel like you need to interact with people in a certain way, but this is not the way to go about it. Wanting human interaction is normal, but you also need to have normal human interaction. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you. Also, there is a Discord server in the description and pinned comment if you want to come chat or hang out. It's really fun, I promise. I love chatting with all of you. Also, feel free to leave me a comment with your thoughts or feedback below. I know that this is different than my usual content, and you probably can be expecting some more content like this. If you're new here and the rest of my channel looks insane, I can explain, just ask me in a comment. I hope you have a great day. Bye!